The threat of radical Islam is real. Hollywood has refused to tell that story for 3 decades. Now, we're saying the thing with the... whatever, man. Let's just watch the trailer.
Your country is beneath contempt.
We who love and serve Allah fought back against the Americans and the Zionists from the scourge of secularism and the lands of unbelief.
What? What is the ISIS flag doing in the background? Is this their comeback movie or something?
And we knocked out the 100% of the ISIS caliphate.
Why would you resurrect a dead group? They were 100% knocked out. Let's assume I'm the moderate Muslim here, even though I find it to be a disgusting title associated with disgusting people.
We always think of you as a moderate Muslim, an American guy.
Selling out didn't help you much, did it? So if I'm the moderate Muslim, I'm supposed to be the radical guy's right-hand man. And yet, the radicals coordinated with Mossad Shapiro over here for their comeback film, rather than with me. I have to say, I am really hurt.
Your Honor, I am deeply offended by his words. They wounded me right here.
What does Mossad have that I don't have? Oh, never mind. Alright, let's see all the people these ISIS agents hate, just so all you Westerners know what the real threat of radical Islam is.
We who love and serve Allah fought back against the Americans and the Zionists from the scourge of secularism and the lands of unbelief.
That's really funny, considering ISIS only seems to be attacking Muslim lands. So why do I keep confusing the two? Mossad, ISIS, MISIS?
We'll call it from now on Biden migrant crime, okay? Migrant. Let's call it migrant. Biden crime. Oh, that's good. That's smart.
So why is MISIS attacking America?
We who love and serve Allah fought back.
So, even in Ben Shapiro and MAGA's wet dream, radical Islamists are still fighting back. Which means you're still the aggressor.
Anyone gonna listen to Captain Saunders tomorrow? The retired Delta Force soldier with a new book out.
Yeah, that's exactly what college kids talk about.
He's the polar opposite of those brain-dead protesters.
Why does he sound like the donor-conceived son of Dave Rubin?
There are 3 ways Islam will conquer the West.
Ugh, they're not even masking it with radical Islam anymore. It's just Islam, the foreign threat. So what are these 3 ways that my religion will conquer the West?
Through immigration?
Oh yes, sure, immigration. The first Muslims to ever land in America were definitely exploiting America's generous immigration system. Make sure you don't say that part out loud though. It's Islamophobic, you know. Your daddy's controlled media will definitely come clamping down on you.
Through the wombs of our women?
What do you mean, our women? Why is a black guy peddling white replacement garbage in this movie? Does Shapiro think the white nationalist MAGA audience is gonna tolerate this guy saying our women? If the whole radical Islam propaganda was making the MAGA white supremacist audience nervous, I think the our women line will send them into a coma. Well, we're only 1% of the US population, so we still have a lot more work to do with his women.
And by using our nation's freedoms against us.
Oh, whatever, man. I'm too tired to argue with stupidity.
Listen carefully. The great Satan, America, will fall.
The great Satan? Is this ISIS or Iran? You realize these are 2 polar opposite groups, right? ISIS never says the great Satan. Is this guy an Iranian Shia who fights for ISIS? Did you just unify the most extreme factions of Sunni and Shia Islam? Well, Mossad, you seem to have accomplished something none of us were able to do for the last 12 centuries. It took a trans-ideological terror to do it. Look, I don't condone violence, but that confusing event was deserving of some form of disruption.
You are infidels. The bodies of women are not pure and the men's souls are unclean.
I don't really want to get into the merit of what an ideologically confused terrorist in a MAGA would dream of a movie is trying to communicate, but your soul is pretty unclean. I don't think that's controversial.
What makes them so dangerous? Their goals are not in this life, but the next.
Alhamdulillah.
I got friends here. I can't just leave.
Listen to me!
What the is this?
What the heck is going on? What is the premise of this movie? When radical Islamic terrorists hijack a liberal college's pro-Palestine encampment to enforce barbaric Sharia law on students and execute infidels in a makeshift caliphate. Well, there you have it. If you stand up against a genocidal maniac who is sucking your tax dollars dry to bombard innocent people on the other side of the world, you are actually inviting radical Islamist terror who will end up killing everybody. Apparently, these are the people is shielding you all from. Don't you guys know? Forget about all the actual Muslims you know who aren't unaliving you. No, ignore us. We're just apologists for these trans-ideological terrorists. Thank you for opening my eyes to this reality. This is not, and never was, Sharia law. This is just a MAGA wet dream. This is as much Sharia law as the Democratic Republic of North Korea is democratic. This is as much Sharia law as Epstein and Netanyahu are innocent. Here's a full academic video on Sharia law by a non-Muslim PhD, so any MAGA fanboys don't blame me for taqiyya. Yeah, the rest of this trailer is just guns and shooting, and yeah, America! Except it's not even funny like it used to be. It's just corny and lame and desperate. It's like you're unable to justify your narrative in real life. You can't defeat the supposed boogeyman you've created in your imagination, so you have to manufacture movies to give yourself the self-satisfaction.
That's the American way.
No. That's actually the Indian way. Except they do it slightly better. Actually, no, they don't. They do it just as bad. See, as a Pakistani, I have to deal with a much bigger film industry than the Daily Wire. The Indian government. I mean Bollywood. And whenever they can't defeat Pakistan while their own country is crumbling under their far-right Hindu supremacist leaders' economic and social policy mishaps, isolating the poor and vulnerable of its society, instead of addressing that, they just make a movie where either the Indian military destroys Pakistan or some Indian spy infiltrates into a version of Pakistan no Pakistani recognizes, where everyone just dresses and talks funny while beating the heck out of their own women. And you know, Pakistan, the most evil, barbaric, uncivilized, irrational, ideologically driven people in the history of the world, needs to get defeated by the Indian spy. Yeah, we know the script. Maybe the Daily Wire secretly borrowed one of the Bollywood scriptwriters on an H-1B visa, taking away a perfectly stupid job away from a MAGA American. Anyway, I think I have to go clean my soul from watching this filth.